break, leading 4 frames to 2.
So Tony Neal leading by 2 frames, breaks in the 7th frame, having made breaks of 134 and 81 in the last 2 frames. And John Campbell, the man who's having to withstand this onslaught at the moment, and has got to weather the storm, and certainly can't afford to lose this next frame and go 3 behind. I'm pleased to say that I've been rejoined in the commentary box by Jack Newton.
Thanks, Rex. Yes, this is really a vital frame here for John because, as you said, he's 2 behind, and the odds of him catching up if he goes 3 behind would be pretty slim. I think the tide just seemed to turn a little bit in those last 2 frames, didn't it? And Tony seemed to dominate the play, and the breaks went his way, whereas they weren't for John.
That's right, yes. And of course, that's the type of shot, which is a very difficult shot that John Campbell's just played, but that's the type of shot that he was consistently getting in the semi-final. And he's got to start knocking those in. And it's like in your game, Jack, when you're playing and you're running out of holes, John Campbell's running out of frames.
Yes, it's like all games really, I suppose. When the breaks are going your way, his confidence gets higher and higher, and Tony Neo seems to be in that frame of mind at the moment, doesn't he?
Yes, he's bank full of confidence. Tony is an inspirational type of player. I mentioned last night that Jimmy White is an inspirational type of player. Well, so is Tony. Just dropped in the wrong position there, not far enough for the green to get back nicely onto the reds, and just gone a little bit too far on the blue. And that's not quite as nice as it might have been. He can pop the red without any problem, but unfortunately he's pushed the red up and made it difficult to get back on the black. He can pop the black, I think, okay here, but the cue ball will be glancing off the red next to it. He's not absolutely sure where the cue ball is going.
It's a big shot too, Rex, isn't it? Because if he misses this one, the door will be open for John, and perhaps he can get back into the match.
Yes, he needs to get this. He can't afford to miss it. He's not happy with it, Jack. He's contemplating refusing it, I think, and playing a safety shot.
Well, I don't know whether it's the same in snooker as golf, but invariably when you see a player back off from a short putt a couple of times, invariably he misses it. So I don't know whether that's what happens in snooker.
Yes, I think that something gets into the subconscious, and it looks as though he can pot it okay. But he's refusing it.
Just play the turning left.
And this is what happens when things are going against you.
is the sort of shot, Rex, that the mug like me really dreads, the one along the cushion, but of course it'd be a pretty easy shot for him, won't it?
Yes, I expect Tony to get this.
What? Six. Seven.
Now, Tony has tried to remove a red which is near the pink spot, actually, so that when he pops the pink will go. That's why he's refusing the pink and going back up for the blue. He wants to get that red out of the way so that when he gets the pink back on the spot, it will be open into the corner pocket. Thinking of just coming around the back of the black and leaving position on the black. Decided to go for the pink.
Of course, each ball that he pots now, Rex, is making it harder and harder for John, isn't it?
It certainly is. And also, of course,
25.
John Campbell is sitting there, suffering at the moment, just sitting there, watching his opponent. He can do nothing about it.
What do you do, Rex? Do you sit there and put the hex on them, do you? Hope they miss? What?
It's pretty lonely out there, Jack, as it is in your game. Nobody can help you, is there? That puts Mayo 48 points in front.
34.
He's a very busy little player, Rex, isn't he, Tony? He sort of reminds me of Lanny Watkins in America or Sam Torrance, who seems to be on the move all the time and a busy sort of player.
Yes, particularly when he starts getting confident. Against John Virgo had two scintillating frames, and he seemed to be down in the dumps a little bit, Tony, and then things started going well for him, and he was bustling around the table and looking, as you say, very busy. So that's 57 points in front. Might just trickle behind the blue here just to put a little bit more pressure onto John Campbell. Well, he's looking at the green, so he's not going to do that. Obviously feeling pretty confident now, Jack.
Yes, would that be regarded as a fairly risky shot he played there?
I think
Stage of the game?
yes, I think at this stage of the game he could have played the safer way and just snookered John Campbell, but it wasn't an easy shot with the rest. Neither is this.
Most of the players, would they not like using the rest Rex? Is it sort of, some of the players get a thing about using the rest?
Yes, when you lose confidence with the rest, then it becomes very difficult. But there are one or two very good players with the rest, but generally speaking, players don't like using it. And of course, this is why they've got these extensions now, so that they
52.
don't have to use the half bet. They can use their own cue, which makes things a little bit easier. Well, Tony Mio now has passed the point of John Campbell being able to win. He now needs snookers.
$59.
So 74, 4 points in front.
$60.
Rex, do the size of the pockets and the speed of the tables vary much around the world, or?
Well, they do vary quite a bit, Jack, but we've got them pretty standardised in Britain on our championship tables now. In fact, we use the same table throughout the season and exactly the same template, and the pockets are very much tighter than they were.
So would these pockets here on this table, would they be regarded as relatively easy pockets?
These pockets are a little bit easier than what we are using in the championships these days, and I think that's the reason we're getting such a string of breaks from all the players. Gone a little bit too far.
80.
For another tremendous break from Tony Mio. He virtually hasn't potted the ball for 3 frames. Just been kept in that seat.
Rex, sitting down there for long periods of time, does that affect your concentration and your feel?
Oh, yes. If you kept in that player's seat for a long time, when you get back on the table, it's difficult to pot the balls. And also, if you get involved in long bouts of safety play, it's also difficult then to pot a ball. Well, everything going into Tony Mio now. In fact, Jack, I've seen, particularly Steve Davis, he may play safety when he's 100 points in front just to try and keep his opponent off the table, to stop him potting balls. It looks pretty mean at times, but it's the way to play the game successfully.
You whisper a few nasty words under your breath when he does that to you?
Yes.
When it's going for you, it really does go for you, doesn't it?
It really does.
Thousand drive.
Well, John Campbell hands the green ball back to referee Ron Cherney, which has disappeared off the table.
That's not a 2-stroke penalty that Rex right about.
3.
Well, Tony Mio has now made consecutive breaks in 3 consecutive frames of 134, 81, 80, and that's pretty powerful snooker. John Campbell just struggling to knock a few balls in to just get his cue arm going. He hasn't really had any chance in the last 3 frames.
4. Nine. Just figure, John Campbell.
Well, John Campbell